So that's filming, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yes it is. Well, hello everybody.
We're on.
We're on. We've just had a big boo-boo. We've just spent the last, half an hour doing the most awesome interview, and then we realised we hadn't filmed it. That's why it was so natural and flowing. We weren't on film. So here we are at the beginning of our book launch,
That's right.
Go Some
Big
Gummers
day.
flies out in the world today. And as part of that celebration, we have given you an opportunity to get to know Gill a little bit more, because he's in the book.
I'm in the book.
You're going to find out how Gill and I met and the incredibly awesome things that happened to bring us together. All unveiled for the first time, isn't it, Gill, eh?
Yep.
And it's really...
It's the journey that got us to here.
Yeah, that's right. So we got you all to email in some questions, and we've got a few here that we're going to ask. And okay, let's have a little go with some, shall we? Feeling like sharing, opening up?
Let's go.
Let's go, okay then. Laura, what life experience shines most brightly to you and why?
I'd have to say it was our trip from Alice Springs to here with the camels. It gave us a chance to step out of all the crazy humbug of our lives. We were busy. We were working 7 days a week, just paying all the bills and not getting anywhere really, just running on the spot. And yeah, that was my plan anyway, was to just drop it all and just go off and have an adventure. And it took us a long time to do it, to get it together. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of hard
That's
work.
Bella, the donkey. Hey, Bella!
She was on that journey.
Yeah, she came with us on that journey. Yeah, it was an amazing time, wasn't it, eh? Just to be able to have an opportunity to just unhinge from the normal trials and tribulations of life, even things like putting the wheelie bin out and all the stuff that we have to remember.
Yeah, we just got to slow
awesome.
down.
Yeah.
We even when we first took off with the wagons, we still had our agendas and our timetables and thought we had to be here and be there and do this, and we just had to slow right down. We basically had to move. We could only move as fast as the slowest animal, and that was the pace that we had to go at, and it was the
and when we went at that pace, everything in our life flowed, didn't it, eh?
Yeah. It all became a lot easier.
So we actually refer to our life as before the wagon trip and after the wagon trip. It was had such a profound effect on our lives and who we are. And who we are today is not the people that we were when we set off on that trip.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it was incredible. So, okay, where are we now? Let's have a look. So Angie Marshall would like to know about living in the outback and being so sensitive and caring with animals. She herself lives in a rural part of Australia, and it's cattle country, and she cops a lot of flack for being a vegan and for taking a stand against feral animal hunting and the seeing of cattle as sentient beings. I'm judged as crazy and bagged by the hunters and cattle farmers. Is it even worse being a man who is sensitive to animals? It's really just wanting to know how you handle that situation, and saying that she has a little boy, and how can she guide him, when he's in an environment that is kind of rough and tough farmers' sons.
Yeah. It's a tricky one. It's really, bringing up sensitive kids in the schooling system in itself can be very difficult. I suppose I was a sensitive kid, but I was very, very out there and very athletic as a little kid, and I could run rings around most of the kids at school. But I find that I've worked in the industry of meat production and cattle farming. I've worked with sheep, and I know what goes on, and a lot of it I don't like. I think a lot of it is cruel, but you've got to realise these people have lived that way for generations. They've been doing this, and it's their livelihood, and they don't see anything wrong with it. They think it's totally acceptable, and you have to, if you walk up and judge them and tell them that they're doing wrong, then they're instantly going to, you're going to become the enemy, and you're going to, you know, that's how they defend themselves, by just attacking. That's what a lot of people like that do.
Create a them and us, don't you?
You do, yeah.
You're creating a war.
Yeah, and I find that if I still do help people out every now and then with their stock around here, and a lot of those people are good friends now, that and they've got to know me, and yet they do know that I care for lots of animals and look after them, and they totally accept that as well. I sort of think that if I'm going to go and work in that industry, then, you know, maybe I can make that little bit of the animal's journey a bit more peaceful, or a bit kinder than it would have been.
Yeah.
But if it's a big issue in your life and your son's getting in a lot of trouble for it, and you're uncomfortable in the town for it, look around. There's lots of places that aren't like that. You know, it's your choices, really, if you want to.
There's lots of places you can live that aren't such a struggle to live in as rural Australia, and we know that because we're right in the midst of it here. And for a long time we've lived here without any support and very much on our own. And one of the big lessons for us at this time was to learn to see the goodness in all people. Because if we didn't do that, we would be living as hermits, isolated, and not interacting with anyone. And it's incredible, because there are so many people who may be doing things that you judge them for and would prefer that they weren't doing, but they can still be good and kind people. And if you go into their lives judging and condemning, straight away they shut the door. They think you're mad, they think you're a lunatic, they don't want to know. But if you go in with respect and honour, they open their door wider and they let you in, and they actually have an opportunity then to get to know you as you do them. And that's an incredible connection that happens when you meet someone from that place of no judgment. And I know that it's challenging because we love animals. We don't have such an easy relationship with the feral animal hunters.
You're taking out my questions.
Yeah, I am a bit, aren't I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Backing off, sorry. Okay, Gilly. Did you feel like there was anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think you got it all.
Okay. All right. Have you always had the serenity that surrounds you? That's Maya?
No. I think as a little kid, maybe. I was a very peaceful little kid. But as I grew up, yeah, I think I turned into a bit of a rat bag. Whether that was the schooling or my mates, or, you know, just the cities. Yeah, you know, it took me a long time, I suppose. It wasn't till maybe my late 20s, early 30s, before I sort of really started to calm down and got enveloped in my serenity.
Got enveloped in your serenity. I do like that, Gilly.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you enveloped in serenity right now?
I am, yes.
I do
definitely.
challenge the serenity rather a lot, don't I?
You do, yes. Yes, you do, yes.
If anything challenges Gill's serenity, it's me. And I can tell you that he's an incredibly serene person.
Yes.
It takes a lot to push you over the edge of serenity, doesn't it?
Yes, I've got very flexible serenity.
And that's great. I think that we have a magpie of ours heading in.
Coming in.
And now the question is, what is Gill's totem animal?
My totem animal is, I was going to say magpie then. No, it's eagles. Eagles speak to me a lot. Well, not all the time, but when I need them, or when I need some guidance or something like that, usually one pops up and I get the message straight away. I understand what I'm doing, and I know what to do. Yes. Oh, look, it's Tutti. This is our little alarm clock.
Yes, everybody's over there, Tutti. And we've got the launch today of the book. Look. You've read it, I know, haven't you? Yes, and you loved it, didn't you, eh? Yeah. Tutti loves the book.
Bless you.
And you, what did you say? You think it needs to be a film? Oh, Tutti! She's taken my flower. Oh, look at that. So, yeah. Well, so where were we then, Gilly? Before we got interrupted yet
We were
again
talking
with
about totem animals.
Okay, and it's all right. It's not, and that's actually rather significant because there are hibiscuses on my book cover,
Oh look, she put it back
and she
there.
dropped it onto my book cover. That's really. Aw, look what Tutti just did. Oh, you want it back now? Okay. So the eagle, but you do have an incredible connection with the emu as well, don't you?
I
eh?
do, yes. Emus
Yeah.
also have quite a strong presence in my life.
Yes.
I've reared quite a few baby ones now,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're quite bizarre creatures. A lot of people think they're really stupid, or they just don't understand them. They never spend enough time with them to see, what they're about. They're very nice birds. I really like them. Got really nice personalities.
Yeah, but and what is it that you said about them that they're not born for this time? They're not.
Yeah, they're not made for fences and vehicles and
Yeah.
roads. It's not in there. Well, most animals aren't really. That seems to affect them quite a lot. They get run over.
They follow
all
the
the
currents, the Earth's currents.
Yeah, they flow with the seasons. As it dries up, they start to move. And when they hit fences and things, they can't move, and they spend 3 or 4 days stuck on a fence. That means, it's 3 or 4 days they didn't get a drink, and they get to the next fence and they get stuck there again, and they slowly start to get sick and die. It kills lots of them before they get tangled in them.
So let's have a. We'll see if we
I'm
can.
barely in that.
Huh?
I'm barely in it.
Okay, you better come back in it then, eh? All right then. Well, we'll just ask some of these questions from Jackie. How did Gill realise his path to walk with animals?
Okay. My path to walk with animals. Well, I wouldn't say it was any one realisation. I think it was more of just a gradual gathering of knowledge and skills that just all sort of came to me. At first, I don't think I realised why I was doing this job or doing that job, and then slowly they've all come together, and I've got this skill set now that helps me to work with animals, and it's just, hey,
So basically, you were just following the flow.
yeah.
And the flow brought the animals. It wasn't like a conscious
I didn't
choice
go out
for
looking
you.
for it, no.
Yeah. Okay, now we have got the question about the hat from Fairley, and I think that we'll answer that. Like, why don't you sell your old hats for auction?
Right.
Now, this is a very sensitive question here.
Very sensitive.
Are you going to be okay answering it?
I am. My heart's racing a little bit.
Yeah.
She's got eyes on my hat already. I can feel it. She wants my hat.
Yeah. I know.
Old hats become like body parts.
They do.
They just become part of you. You through the years of wearing them, it's like you imbue them with all the emotions and the places and the events and things at which you've worn them, and so they start to hold that energy, and that's why a lot of them, you look at them and that's where they get their character. That's all their life journeys. Hats I've had before, I've burned most of them or lost them. They just disappear. I did sell one once, and she got my lip.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry for playing around while you're trying to be an interview. I'm not taking this very seriously, am I? I'm being silly.
It's supposed to be an interview.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, I'm out of here. I can't take this.
I'm sorry, but we have done this about
This is our 5th time.
I know, and I'm like going, oh, not these questions again.
But yeah, no.
We've done well.
I did sell one hat, and
Yeah.
I felt a little bit dirty after it. And I thought, oh no, if I see that guy wearing my hat, I'm just going to be, I don't know if I could handle it.
Yeah.
I have to go and steal it back or something.
Yeah.
But I never have seen him wearing it. And
Yeah.
probably had a look inside. I went, ooh, I'm not wearing that.
He probably cremated it.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, he probably thought, yeah, that's what that hat's worth. But anyway, he gave you enough money to buy a new hat, didn't he?
He did, yeah. That was part of the thing, because at the time I didn't have the money to buy a new hat, and it was looking rather scruffy and decrepit, but
this
it still
Magpie,
worked. Can you
Like
see?
this
I
is
can
just
see the
yeah,
paper.
yeah.
Magpies.
She's just like has to be in on everything. And there was another question about the cloning, which I thought that's from Angela.
Yeah.
Dear Gill, can we clone you? And I thought that was quite good because we have had that request before, haven't we?
We have, yes. There's been people wanting. I think Kai's mum wanted an old one. Someone wanted a black one.
Yes.
You know, and I've done some serious thought about this, and I thought, you know, because I'm the sort of person that sort of likes my own company a lot, and I thought that, you know, if I could clone myself, I'd be able to hang out with myself a bit more often. And
but you wouldn't though, because you like your own company, so there'd be all these Gills in like little sheds on their own.
No, I don't know. I don't know if that would happen like that, because it would just be like being with myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. You
I
can't
think
be by
it could be
yourself
good
if
fun.
there's someone else there.
But it wouldn't be, because it would be me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not sure about this at all. I think it could be good on the work front.
We get a lot of work done.
Yeah. I think that would be good, but everybody walking around with gillies? No, not into it. Not into it.
Yeah, it would probably cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it would cause trouble. Let's just keep things simple, eh? But great question. And let's see, I think we've some of them kind of overlap. All right then, let's ask. We haven't asked the Smithy question, have we?
Oh no, Smithy's question.
And this one is pretty important, and it does come from somebody who lives in this incredible, cute town with all these funky shops, and they can buy triple fried chips at one of these cafes that are so divine. I'm actually going to take Gill there.
Just for
the triple fried chips.
And on my triple fried chips.
What Smithy wants to know is, does Gill prefer brown sauce or red sauce with his chips?
It has to be red sauce on chips.
Yep.
And not just any red sauce. It has to be fountain.
I don't know if we can do advertising.
Oh, it has to be beep red sauce. Yeah, because you know there's sauce, there's red sauce, and there's red sauce.
I'm getting a call from the background. No advertising, Gilly. Don't say things like that. Okay.
Okay. Not until they're signed up.
All right then. So yeah, we will be coming with the red sauce to try those chips, and we'll call in and see you when we're there. Okay. We'll ring you from the cafe. And that, I think, my dears, is it, isn't it, eh?
I think that's it.
That's, you know.
Tutti's needing a feed.
Yeah.
And a cuddle.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And don't forget, everybody, buy my book, and if you love it, let everyone know. Thank you so much, and lots of love and have fun.
See ya.
18 minutes. Okay, can you turn it off? I can't get it off.
Gotta bring it to me.
I can't even see it to bring it down.